Hello everyone. Today we're working on Module 4, Lesson 20. We will be converting mixed unit measurements, and by mixed I mean mixed numbers, and we will solve multi-step word problems. Our first problem is converting 4 1/3 yards to feet. Now yards are bigger than feet, and since I'm converting to a smaller unit, I know there will be more of them, so I have to multiply by a whole number. And in this case, the whole number is going to be 3 because there are 3 feet in a yard. I'm going to start off by making a tape diagram to show my thinking about this. And the whole here is 4 1/3 yards. And so I'm going to go 4, and then I'm going to have a little bit left over here for my 1/3. And since I want to convert this to feet, I know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's my 1/3 over here. And I'm sorry, my pen's not writing very well tonight. So I have 4 yards and 1/3 more. And I also know that in each one of these yards, I have 3 feet. Oops, so 3 feet in each one of these. So I'm going to be multiplying, and this will be 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet. And then I have 1/3 of a yard over here, which of course is going to be 1 foot, because 1/3 of 3 is 1. And when I add them all together, I'm going to get 13 feet. 3, 6, 9, 12, plus that other one equals 13 feet. So that was a way of solving the problem just by looking at it and using a tape diagram. Now I'm going to show you how to solve the problem using the equations, just like we have been doing for the last couple of days. 4 1/3 yard equals blank feet, and it's going to equal 4 1/3 times 1 yard. If we have 4 1/3 yards, that just means we have 1 yard times 4 1/3. And then I'm going to substitute in my 3 feet. And then for the purposes of multiplying, I'm going to turn my mixed number into an improper fraction. And so I can look over here at my tape diagram to help me remember that I have 3/3, 6/3, 9/3, 12/3, plus one more is 13/3. And I'm going to multiply that times 3 whole feet. And what I will notice now is that the thirds and the times 3, that's going to cross, they'll cancel each other out, so I'm left with 13. And I'm going to look at, and of course that's 13 feet. And I'm going to look over here and see, yep, that's the same answer I got when I did the tape diagram, so I'm sure that it's right. Here's one for you to try. 2½ pints equals blank cups. Hopefully you remember how many cups are in a pint. If not, you will need to use some kind of reference and look it up. You need to draw a tape diagram and the equation and make sure you get the same answer both ways, and then write your answer on the Ed Puzzle quiz. Okay, in our next problem, we, instead of converting from the large units to the small units, which of course is multiplication, we're going to convert from a small unit to a large unit. So the number is going to be smaller. Since the unit is larger, we'll have fewer of them, which means that we're either going to divide, or in this case, we're going to multiply by a fraction. So I'm going to draw a tape diagram again, just to help me think about this. Here's my tape, and I'm thinking that 1 yard, here's 1 yard is my hole, and in every yard there are 3 feet. So 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. So each of these feet is going to be 1/3 of a yard. So when I do my multiplication problem, it's going to be 11 times 1 foot, and that equals 11 times, now I'm going to convert this 1 foot into my 1/3 of a yard, 11 times 1/3 of a yard, and that of course is 11 times 1 over 3, or 11/3. And then I have to turn that into a mixed number for my final answer. 11 divided by 3. 3 will go into 11 3 times, which is 9. When I take the 9/3 away from 11/3, I still have 2/3 left. So my answer up here will be 3 2/3. All right, here is a similar one for you to do. 5.5 feet equals blank yards. So we're using the same units that I just used in my example. So you should know what we're going to multiply by. The only thing that's a little more difficult about this one is, of course, we've got a mixed number instead of a whole number here. So you'll be wanting to turn that mixed number into an improper fraction, and then you can multiply it and get your answer. Once you get your answer, make sure that it's in the form of a mixed number if it's an improper fraction. So give that one a shot and write your answer on the Ed Puzzle quiz, please. All right, here is a story problem using the concept that we were just working on. A container can hold 4.5 pints of water. How many cups of water can 2 of the containers hold? So the first thing we'll have to do is convert 4.5 pints into cups. And since we are going from pints, which is the larger unit, to the smaller unit of cups, that means we'll be multiplying by a whole number. Then you have to pay attention to the fact that we want to know how much 2 of these containers can hold. So we'll have to take our answer and multiply it by 2. Or, if you want, you could also just multiply 4.5 by 2 to begin with, and then you're really not going to have to deal with any fractions at all once you've done that multiplication. Either way, you should get the same answer. You might want to do it both ways just to make sure you do have the same answer both times. And then you'll write your answer in a complete sentence on the Ed Puzzle quiz. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.